Hey, welcome to part 2 of our little 89-mile loop, Route 66. So we just are coming out of Oatman, Arizona. From the last video, we went up to Oatman and watched a little gunfight show, and now we're done with the gunfight show and we're continuing on Route 66. And just to give you an idea of where we are, here we are, 28 miles outside of Kingman. So if you remember from last time, we started going from on Boundary Cone Lane from D to B into Oatman, Arizona, and watched a gunfight show. And now we're going to go over Sitgreaves Pass. And Sitgreaves Pass actually goes through the Black Mountains of the Mohave Valley. It was once described as one of the most demanding, desolate, and awesomely harsh, narrow roadways of Route 66. But I guess that would be the case if you were driving one of those old Ford Model Ts. However, today, in the age of fuel injection, it's really not that big of a deal. However, there are signs that do recommend that vehicles over 40 feet not come on this road. And I definitely recommend that you be gassed up, because there are no services between here and civilization. I was actually really surprised at how beautiful this drive is, or this ride is. Definitely going to take some snapshots along the way. I kind of just figured that out in this area it was just going to be, dry, dusty desert, but look how beautiful. So usually when I go on these passes, I like to be able to show you the entire pass, I guess, or the entire trip. So even though I know view times are short, I'm going to go ahead and keep the entire length of the video on this pass, just in case anyone out there wants to take a close look at it before going and making sure that it's worth their time, which I actually do highly recommend it. Something rattling around in my top case. And that compound up ahead on the left is actually, I think that's the ghost town of Gold Road. It has a strange history. Wait, I'm going to take a picture of this mural. I think that's pretty cool. And you can actually see it better when I go around this corner and look back. But it was like this old gold mine that started, I think, in 1860. And then they caught wind of some silver, so they abandoned the mine. And then they picked it up again in the early 1900s, like 1906 or whatever. And then abandoned it again. And I think that went on and off. I think the latest reported activity was in 1998. But it's once again now abandoned. So kind of a weird story there. Now as I turn this corner and over to the right, you can kind of see, you get a better glimpse of the gold mine down the hill on the right there. So I think this is about the third week of May, and the temperatures really aren't that bad, although I think they had a mild, they're having a mild summer in this 2019 summer. But it's probably like in the mid to high 80s. Just gonna pull off here and take a look back. I like totally was not expecting this road. I had no idea this road was back this way. I was just getting through Oatman, thought I'd turn around and go back. This actually originally was only going to be maybe like I don't know, an hour at the most, but Ended up being a little over 2 hours. And there it is. 3,550. Look at how beautiful. That's just crazy. Trying to look and then keep my eyes on the road. Like I totally want to take in the scenery, but also kind of want to catch the curves in time. Yeah, I don't know what that is rattling around back there. I do know there's a hole in my tool bag, so I'm sure something's worked its way out of the tool bag and just rattling around in the top case. Oh, this was so funny. We were both in the middle of the turn, and we wanted to acknowledge each other, but so we both just kind of did like the head nod thing, like, hey, what's up? No one wanted to take their hand off the bars to wave. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. Fantastic. I had a GoPro that was mounted on the left side of my bike, and I had it facing out. So you'll see my head looking down just to see if it's on or not. And it turned out it wasn't. The entire time it wasn't. So that was that's kind of my last straw with the GoPro. It's just not my camera. I mean, it's just, you can't tell that it's on. You push the button and then you've got to like really look at it to see if that red light is on, and you just really can't do that when you're writing. Look at all the donkey poop on the middle of the road. Gotta be careful of that. Just a house. I don't think it's anything historic. Donkey poop. I think that's me trying to assess my GoPro again. And this is a cool little history. This is Cool Springs. It's a service station that was built in the 1920s. And then when Route 66 was bypassed in 1953, it was abandoned in 1964. But it was purchased in 1991. And it's just like a little souvenir shop now. Anyway, I just kept this portion of this flat part because I thought the Dust Devil was pretty cool over to the left. And I don't know, there's probably maybe about 7-10 miles of this flat road, which I'll just go ahead and cut out, and part 3 will begin at the end of this long stretch. Some donkeys over there too, pretty cool.